Hello, everyone. A very good morning to all our online viewers tuning in live, or you might be watching this after this recording has ended. We welcome you to join us this morning as we talk about this topic of money, right, for parents and children. And with the title today, IQ, EQ, don't forget FQ, which stands for financial quotient. And to introduce myself, my name is Philip. I'm a social worker from Alive Community Network. And previously, we have been running 2 rounds of such online talks. And we are constantly looking for different relevant topics that can be benefit to society. Right? Previously, we ran a session on media use for youth, for parents, and then we ran one on youth mental health. And today, we thought it would be meaningful to run this session on financial literacy for parents and young children. So hope you enjoy the talk and the activities we have lined up for you today. And right now I'm just gonna bring in the speakers and the panel of parents and children onto the screen, and then I'll introduce them. Welcome Shirley, and welcome Sakura and Naomi. Welcome Ty and Elijah, and welcome Pauline and Sarah. Say hi to the online viewers and those who might be watching this after the recording is done as well. A very good morning to everyone. I've already introduced myself to the viewers earlier. Right now I'll get Shirley, our speaker today, who has kindly volunteered her time and to do this out of free will. To share her experience as a previous financial advisor and also as a fellow parent today. Yeah, so Shirley, if you'd like to share a little bit about yourself and what you do.
Hello, very good morning to Philip, our parents over here, and our friends who are now watching this live. I'm Shirley here. I'm a mom of 3 kids with my husband, and my kids are around age 9, 7, and 4. So currently, I'm working as a project consultant. So first of all, I really want to thank Philip for his team on this. Philip being, just now he shared earlier, a social worker, and his team, they really want more parents to be more blessed, and how he wishes that this group of people, right, can be better off with this initiative. So for me, myself, I participate in similar events with my children, and I benefit a lot. So I hope that I can also add on value to the community from what I've learned during my previous role as a financial consultant. So I also like to encourage more people to volunteer and participate in Alive Community Network activities and engage in their organized events so that you can also share around with your friends. Okay, back to you, Philip.
Thank you, Shirley. And now I'm gonna get the children and the parents to introduce themselves a little bit, starting with the children from Sakura and Naomi. Right, the children, you can introduce your name, your age, and since we're talking about money today, I want you to share what you like to save up and spend on this school holiday. One thing that you like to save and spend on this school holiday. Naomi.
Okay, my name is Naomi and I'm 10 years old and I would like to save up to spend on a book.
On a book, nice. Is there any particular book title you already thought of?
It's called The Witch's Boy.
Okay, The Witch's Boy. Not sure if any children tuning in, you know that as well. Okay, thank you, Naomi, and maybe now to your mommy, Sakura.
My name is Sakura. I've got 2 children. One 17 years old, 2 girls, one 17, and Naomi is 10. I'm a homemaker. Yes, and it'll be interesting to see what we can do in this show. Thank you.
Nice. Thank you, Sakura and Naomi. How about to Pauline and Sarah? Starting with Sarah. A bit shy.
My name is Sarah, and I'm 7 plus.
What would you like to see?
A book.
Above, okay.
I'd
What
love
country?
to.
I
Nice.
don't know yet.
Don't know. It's okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Hi,
Thank you,
I'm
Sarah.
Pauline. Sorry. Hi, I'm Pauline. And I've got 4 children. So they're aged 7, 9, 13, and 15. 3 girls, 1 boy. Currently,
Wow.
I'm actually a freelance editor. So I work from home. Long before we started having this work from home scheme in Singapore. So it's good. And yeah, looking forward to learning from this program as well. Thank you.
Nice. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you, Pauline. And then now to Elijah and Ty.
Give me a
No
second,
worries.
Elijah.
Probably feeling a bit shy too.
Okay, the floor is all yours.
Hi, Elijah. You want to say hi to everybody?
Me?
Yeah. Or time. Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm going to speak. I have here Elijah. He's turning 7 in the coming 1.5. He's currently 6, going to Q1 next year.
Yay.
And what do you want to get during the school holiday? You want to save up for a bow and arrow.
Oh, cool. Bow and arrow.
Something
Nice.
different.
Nice. Nice.
What was-
I would love
and
that
then
as
for
a.
me, yeah.
Yeah.
My name is Ty. I'm currently in business development, and I have 3 kids, 2 boys and 1 girl. Well, one's 6, one's 3, and the other one is 4 months old.
4 months old. Nice. Nice. Thank you, Ty. Thank you, Elijah. Well, so we have a parent of 4 here, parent of 3, parent of 2. And actually myself, I'm a new fellow parent here as well. And today I think I'm really here to really learn from all the parents here and from Shirley. And I have a 3 weeks old. And it's good to start young, I suppose. Yeah, so welcome again. Thank you, dear parents and kids here joining us today for this online talk and program. Yeah, and a note to all our online viewers, throughout this talk, we welcome you to drop any comments, question through our YouTube or Facebook live chat, and we will attempt to answer them during the Q&As session later on, right? So just feel free to type in your comments, questions, whether is it to Shirley or to any of our parents as well. Right. Thank you. Okay, to start off today's program, right? We are gonna play a game. Who likes to play games? A quiz game. Any of you heard of Kahoot? This online quiz game. Okay, let me just share screen for that. And for that right now, I will need each of you, the parents here joining us, and also the online viewers, if you could use your phone, or if you're using a computer, you can open up a new tab as well. And then I will show you the Kahoot pin that you need to key in. So you need to log in to kahoot.it. Okay, hold on a moment. Okay, everyone, you're seeing my screen, right? With this Kahoot. Okay, so right now you just need to, in your web browser, type in Kahoot, Kahoot.it, and then you'll be asked to key in the pin. So you just key in 4724024. Okay. And then we'll wait a little while for maybe about 30 seconds to have all the participants join in. So far I see PNS. I believe that is Pauline and Sarah. Right. Naomi K.
For online friends, you can refer to the link in the chat group to go in and join us too.
4724024. Okay, we have 4 participants with us. And anyone else wants to join us? No? Okay, if not, we will start the game rolling. Right, and this is specially designed by Shirley as a quiz. Okay, if you're ready, get ready to click on the answer that you think is right. And I'm gonna start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Quiz on Singapore currency. What is the name of the tree on $5 notes? You have about 5 more seconds.
3, 2, 1.
The correct answer is Tembusu tree. Okay, so you have 20 seconds to answer the question. Okay, so you gotta click on an answer within that 20 seconds is up. Okay, before we move on to the next question. So the answer is Tembusu tree on our $5 note. Okay, ready for the next question? And let's go. Oh, congratulations, Pauline and Sakura. Pauline and Sarah, sorry. And Naomi leading second. Okay, let's go to the second question out of 5 questions. What is the name of the organization which issues money? Is it Ministry of Finance? Singapore Mint? Monetary Authority of Singapore? Banks? Parents might need to perhaps help your children a little bit here. Okay, we have 4 answers locked in. Congratulations! All 3 answers is correct.
Pauline
Okay.
and Sarah still being
Nice. And the faster you key in the answer as well, the higher the score you will record as well. Sorry, I've forgotten to inform this earlier. And now to the third question. Get ready. Your fingers fastest, fingers first, right, to score the highest point. Children, are you ready? Who is the man printed on our Singapore money? Oh, it's a picture of Spider-Man. No, is it him? Is it Lee Kuan Yew? Is it Yusof Ishak? Is it Sir Stamford Raffles? Or is it Donald Trump? Okay, everyone has keyed in an answer. The correct answer is Yusof Ishak. And now for the updated score. Good job, everybody. Okay, and then now to our 4th question. Okay, 2 more questions to go to earn as much point as you can. What is the shape of our Singapore $1 coin? Is it oval? Is it round? Is it square? Is it octagon? Okay, everyone has keyed in an answer. Good job. 2 correct. A bit tricky. Just now that picture looks like round, right? Actually, that one is not a Singapore dollar. It's just an image of a coin. And now to the last question. Okay, let's get ready for the last and final question. How many denominations are there for Singapore coins 3rd series? Denominations meaning type, right? The different type of coins could be 5 cents, 10 cents, 20 cents. And our keyword here is 3rd series clue. I didn't know this until I saw this question from Shirley. Alright. Good job, everyone. Let's see the final score. Coming in 3rd place, Naomi and Sakura. T&E, Thai and Egypt. And 1st place goes to Pauline and Sarah. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Okay. Welcome back again, everybody. Hope that was a little fun game and quiz that you all enjoyed. Thank you, Shirley, for preparing that. I think that was really pretty fun. And I myself, even as a 30-year-old, I learned something new about Singapore currency that I previously did not know. Yeah. Thank you, Shirley. So now I'll hand the time to Shirley to continue on to the next part of today's activity.
Hello everyone. I'm sure you all had fun having playing the Kahoot game. So this is just an icebreaker to really help us to understand the money that we has been spending, currency that we're always holding on our hands in our wallet, what exactly it's all about. And actually pretty much we can also learn the history from there. So I guess everyone is being warm up, right? Let's have an activity. Another activity again, because I believe that having activity rather than me over here with Philip just talking, let's have an activity on a grocery trip. So I think for parents, this is something very familiar. And for children, I think you all always have the chance to go supermarket or even market or even shopping malls with your parents, right? So right now we will have this activity with your daddies, your mummies together. We're going to go on a shopping trip. And for this shopping trip, right, we will have some rules that you have to adhere to, and then we will give you some time for you to spend to plan for this shopping trip. So for those who are online right now, very simple for this activity. I just need you to have a pen or pencil with you and a piece of blank paper. That's all you need. So, Daddy, Mommy, over there, have you got ready your pencil, your paper, all ready? Okay. So, Philip, I seek your help just to show.
Okay. And sharing the slides that Shirley has prepared for this activity.
So, as I shared earlier, you have $50. So now you are going to go for a grocery trip to the supermarket. And now, can I have the next one?
Okay.
So $50 can actually buy you a lot of goods and services. So right now, parents have your child look through the shopping list and decide what they want to buy with $50. So for this activity, I actually have something to list out because of time constraint and online activity, we will not know what to buy. So let's go into our activity time.
Right. Thank you, Shirley. And I'm just curious here among the children. I don't know how many of you are like me, but when I was a child, I loved to ride on this push trolley in the supermarket while my parents push me in it. Right. I see Sarah raising her hand. Really fun. And here, right to the list, Shirley.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks, Philip. So activity time grocery trip. The budget given, right, is $50 to buy grocery for the week. Okay. This is just an illustration. So you have 20 items. So I have list out the items with the dollar that's being attached to it because it varies. So with $50, you will decide what you'll be buying from these 20 items. You may not have to buy everything. You may not have to use up all your $50, but with the $50, you can choose to buy whatever that is in this list. And then after that, we will have a discussion on why you choose to buy this item or why you choose to buy the item. So I leave it over to you, Philip, now.
And we will limit this to maximum 10 minutes. If you can do it even faster than that, that would be great. And if you want to prepare a calculator by your side to calculate faster how much you have spent so far, feel free to use that as well. And right now, we will start the time and leave the children and parents to work together. But before that, maybe let me just check if there's any questions from our panel of parents and children or any online viewers. If you have questions regarding this activity, feel free to ask us or also raise up in the comment section and the live chat. All okay? All good to go? Okay, if not, then our time starts now. You can start to work out what items you want to buy, and we want to, encourage the parents to give your children the autonomy to make that final decision on what they wish to buy as you guide them through. And as for Shirley and myself, we will actually attempt to decide what we will buy as well. And later we can make some
And we
comparison.
can compare and see what we'll be buying.
Yeah. Let me come back to us maybe in about 5 minutes and then check in how's everybody doing. Meanwhile, online viewers, just join in this activity as well, participate with us. And once again, feel free to drop in any questions you might have for our speaker or our parents. How's everyone doing? We have about 2 more minutes to go. If you are done, you could input in the comment section that you're finished, or our panelists of parents and children. Yeah. You could also just wave your hands and give a thumbs up. Oh, okay, I see that Ty and Elijah is finished. Pauline and Sarah. And
I can't wait to see our shopping
Sakura,
list. All the yummy food, right?
I'm guessing some children like myself probably will be scratching. Yeah, so little choices. I want more things that's not inside here. Have or not?
So we can see who has sweet tooth here, love snacks, or who are those who will I see vegetables? For daddy, mummies.
Yeah, okay. I think everyone is done. Shirley, back to you, and you can continue with interviewing our parents and children on the activity.
Okay. So I guess everyone is done. Okay. For those friends and parents are online, you can check your list too. So probably we start with from my window over here, I can see Sakura and Naomi, Ty and Elijah, and the next one will be Pauline and Sarah. Probably let's hear from each parent and kid. So what is inside your shopping list and how you decided to put those inside your shopping list. So can we start with Sakura and Naomi first?
Maybe let me just remove this.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can read it out
Tell us
or
what
you can show us.
Read out the list.
Pasta for making carbonara, a tray of eggs for half-boiled eggs, yogurt for dessert, 5 kg rice for onigiri or sushi,
Wow.
and what's bean curd?
Bean curd. It's like tofu.
Oh, okay. Bean curd to eat with rice sometimes. 1 box of cereal for dessert. Apples.
For breakfast.
For breakfast. Apples sometimes for dessert. And a piece of fish for eating.
No veggie, as you can
Sounds
tell.
like we have a chef down there. When you're thinking of the ingredients to buy, you're already thinking of the dish to cook already. Wow.
Yeah. So thank you, Sakura and Naomi. That was very detailed because you even list out each ingredient for dessert, for breakfast. So can I ask Naomi, how much have you spent for your list of items of your ingredients?
$38.
$38. That's quite a lot, and yet you only spent $38. Okay, later we'll get back to you again. Thanks, Sakura and Naomi. So let's have Ty and Elijah.
Okay, Elijah.
Can you share with us what you have listed down?
Spinach,
Wow.
milk, potato chips, apple, pasta, canned food, gummy bear, yogurt, chocolate bar, rice, broccoli.
Wow.
Sugar-rich diet.
I see some healthy. The first one was spinach. Okay. So, hi Elijah, how much have you spent for your list of items? 34.50. Wow. Okay. Okay, very good. Next we have Pauline and Sarah. Now let's hear from you.
No. One tub of ice cream, milk, chocolate bar, broccoli.
Wait. Slow down.
Okay,
Again.
finger.
We hear you.
Sarah, we can't see you. Probably a bit louder.
Yeah.
Yes.
One
Mm.
tub of ice cream, milk, a chocolate bar, broccoli, gummy bears, 1 kg of flour, bean curd, yogurt, eggs, canned flour. Canned food, but
And
1 bag of
Oh.
tomatoes.
Okay. So thank you, Sarah. So Pauline and Sarah, how much have you spent? I mean, for your list of them? Sorry?
$41.
$41.
$41.
Okay, thank you, Pauline and Sarah. So we can see that, wow, I know which house to go to next time when I want snacks. All the gummy bears, ice cream, potato chips, and some healthy vegetables. Do you enjoy this whole shopping process? I mean, and yes, I can see that EJ nodding his head. How about the rest? I mean, anyone whoever like to share? So this activity, right? Though it's a very simple activity, but it really allows the parents to have this interactive session with your kids, just giving them a budget to let them know how much this amount of food is going to last them. From earlier on, what you shared is going to last them for a week, and you can see with that, with a budget set for them, they will spend within their means, rather than just let them going freely, spending as whatever they want or just get anything from their want. You can see that they don't. I think all of you did very well. I think for Sakura, $38, and for Thai, for your side is $34.50, and Pauline and Sarah, $41. So you can see that we can actually spend within that limit, the budget, and not overspending. So this is a good way to actually educate our kids on how do we budget. As they grow up, this life skill will actually go with them, that will really help them, rather than we just keep telling them, nagging, how do they save. Okay, thanks everyone for participating. Maybe we go on to our next one.
Okay.
Philip,
hold on.
can I
Let me
seek your
share
help
the
to share
screen.
the
Right, on the lessons.
Okay. So from the slide, you can see that what are the lesson learned. Feel free to unmute yourself later to share. For example, $5, you can buy a bag of 10 apples, or a box of cereal, or 2 bags of potato chips. It depends on which is more important, or which one you need it. So have your child, I think, to compare and contrast the items. For example, different brands, it may cost differently. And how does your family determine needs and wants at the grocery store? So because this activity, we haven't shared about needs and wants. Later on, we share about what is the difference between needs and want. And for parent, this activity, you can help your child to become a smart consumer, because you allow them to know how do they buy with the amount of money, and how do they spend on the things they want. Maybe we have Philip, do we have 2 minutes each for our parents to share what are the lessons they learned from this grocery shopping trip?
Yes, we do. Yeah. Parents can
Okay.
feel free to share a little bit on the experience
Okay.
or their regular grocery trip with their kids. Any
Maybe
of
now,
our parents. Yeah.
sorry. So maybe we start with Pauline and Sarah first. What do you think the lesson that's have been learned?
Well, I think most of the time when they go grocery shopping with me, they are in charge of just reading out the list and running to get them. So I guess I could involve them right now in actually calculating how much it is. It will take time though, because usually we're in a rush. So normally the calculation isn't done by them, because like it will take forever. But yeah, maybe that's something I can actually factor in. Just have to put more time into our grocery shopping then, and perhaps get them to tally and to see whether or not it fits. Tally means to add up. And then maybe see whether, it fits our budget. Yeah.
What's a budget?
Budget is also how much we have to spend, like the $50 here.
Very good question, Sarah.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Okay. Can we thanks Pauline and Sarah for sharing that. How about Thai and EJ? I mean, what have you learned, or what do you
Well,
enjoy for this activity?
I'll share I guess the process, because initially we budgeted several items like milk, because in our family we drink a lot of milk. With two boys that's growing, they will probably drink like half a bottle in a day. So we bought like four. What we realized is, based on $50 budget, Elijah initially wanted ice cream, but he decided, you know what, he prefers milk better more than ice cream, because ice cream is quite expensive. So we end up deleting that from the list, and after removing the extra items, we did have some surplus on the budget. So I guess it is an interesting thing to think that, prior to going to grocery, to set a fixed budget to ensure that we spend within the budget. Because a lot of times when we go to grocery, it's pretty much like, it's like preparing for a war. The kids running around, so you just grab and run through the list, and along the way you say, I want chips, I want cookies. Okay, fine, going, and then you just swap on credit card and say, I'm done. Right? So I'm sure some of you can relate to that. It's a different view of looking at how we budget during grocery. Otherwise, there'll be a lot of wastages. Yeah. So thanks for the exercise. I think it's a eye opening.
Wow, thank you, Ty, for sharing on that. I think as a parent, and many of us, we can totally relate with the rushing around. And sometimes we are even spending more than what we have budget, because the kids will be grabbing everything off the shelves. Yeah, okay. So can we have Sakura and Naomi? So how was your experience?
I guess for usual grocery trip, I'm the one who will come up with what I want, and what Naomi does is to just help me look for those items to put it in. But because she is, I think, one of the oldest in this little group, she's 10, and she has a sister who's 17 years old. So what we did the last holidays was we gave them a task of coming up with a dinner for the whole family. So that involves budgeting, researching for recipes, and writing down what they need, and we send them on a grocery trip themselves and all that. And she was able to do that because she was with the older sister. So I think that was really fun. And it was a fun way to do it. I came back and basically cook up a deal. And if you notice, there is a carbonara on the list that she bought. It was the first one on the list because that was what they cooked for us that time when we gave them that little mission. So yeah, I think the small little missions like that makes it fun, and I think they can remember what to do after that. So that was a fun activity. Yeah. Right, Naomi?
Wow. How about Naomi?
Wow.
Anything to share? So next time we know who to go to for carbonara. Okay, so thank you, parents, and all the kids sharing about your experience, because many a times, right, being parents, right, we always feel that, oh, I've been spending a lot and kids may not understand, but we actually can bring them in to share with this activity on how to budget, how to plan, and they also get to understand with budgeting, right, with this amount of money, they can actually plan very well. So thanks for everyone. I hope that from ongoing grocery trip, you can have your kids to do that. But I understand the struggles of being parent. But we can do that at home before making the trip to the supermarket or market. Okay, back to you
and
now.
actually, Shirley, if I can also share a little bit about my experience while I was going through that process, I can really relate with what Ty shared. And in fact, I felt that I needed to control and manage the child inside of me, because when I worked out the items that I want to get and I total up the amount, it totaled up to $81. I'm like, oh no, I only have $50. Okay, I need to look for where I can cut. Okay, and then I realized I had 2 tubs of ice cream, because usually I know they come in promotion, like 2 tubs for a cheaper. Okay, I realized, okay, I might have to only have 1 now, and I have to cut away some stuff to then narrow it down to the budget that I have, $50. Yeah, so even as an adult, I think this is really quite interesting experience, and to prepare when my kid grows older and go to grocery together as well, what I can bear in mind and how to go about that. Yeah, and thank you, all the parents, for sharing your own experiences also. I think it's very insightful and give a lot of interesting ideas of how to go about this creatively and in a fun and meaningful way for your children.
Yeah, thanks, Philip, for sharing too. I totally agree because the promotion item will get us to buy even more because we feel, oh, this is cheap, we should get it, and we end up filling our grocery basket with much more than we have intended to. So I think also just now, for Ty has mentioned this very. I think that was a very good point he highlighted. A lot of times we also have to note on wastage. It's not only the amount of money, but also on food wise. So not buying too much, not only in terms of spending more, but also to not to have too much wastage because sometimes we may not be able to finish and perishable food may just get spoiled. Okay, so probably Philip, just now how much have you spent? Just
Oh,
to
I minus after the first was 81, then I minus to within my budget lah of 50. I think it was like 40 plus.
yeah, I think for me same, 40 plus. Okay. Okay. Thanks. I hope that y'all have enjoyed this grocery trip activity and also something to bring back for y'all to learn. And then maybe we'll just continue for the next slide.
Okay, let me just move on from this.
Okay. Okay, for this part will be a bit probably dry for the kids. Feel free to let Philip and I know if the kids need to exit themselves. Not to worry, though this is a live show. Okay, today learning objectives, right? I would like to share with how to talk about money to our kids because when it talks about money, we feel that it's something only for the adults. It's not something for kids to know. We feel that they should get to know when they are older. But same as anything, when we want to educate our children, right, it's always good to start them from young. The same thing goes for money. And we can see that around us, how the younger generation are spending the money, it's really raising a concern. So we also want to understand the difference between needs and wants. Earlier on, we share about needs and wants, but what are needs and wants? For children, like Naomi may know, but probably for Elijah or Sarah, is something that is very foreign to them. Learning the importance of saving. We always tell our children, okay, now you'll have your pocket money. You should learn how to go about saving. But why, mommy, daddy, why do I always have to put money in my piggy bank? Why do I have to do that? Why can't I spend everything? So today we will learn on that and using the concept of SSG. What is SSG? So later on, we'll share with you what exactly SSG is all about. So the first part, how do we talk about money to our kids? Actually, it's just like any other thing that we can talk about. We share our kids that money is actually limited resources. It's just not like, oh, mommy, daddy, I want this. You can just pay money. So money are limited and we have to use it wisely. So when it comes to money, right, there are trade-offs involved when it comes to spending. When we paid for something, we actually get back something. It can be an item, like just now when we went for our grocery shopping, it's like you can see the item physically. Or for parents, right, they may you may understand like it's on services, like we engage someone to cut our hair or to go or some other services like seeing a doctor. All this they are trade-off. We need to use money to get the service. So today we also learn about money altogether. It's not only just parents learning about money. Our children can learn together with us. But of course, when we learn together with them, we have to bring them to something that is able for them to understand. Okay, so we also share about the different shape, size, and values of currency. Because for our children, right, they always see us handling physical money like cash, coins, But how does it come about? Where does it come from? And earlier on, we have our Kahoot game, right? Where we learn about how different for Singapore currency, how does it look like? And why does it come in this shape? And what are the value? So this helped them to understand, okay, this $50, what is it all about and how we can use it wisely. Okay. So needs or wants? I think this is something that for daddy mummies, you all have heard it a lot of times. Needs or want. Maybe I just quote an example just now. An ice cream, a tub of ice cream, potato chips, gummy bears. So what would this be? Is it something that you can do without it or you need that to survive? Okay. So need, in simple term, something we must have in order to survive. So for children, what is a need? Something we must have in order to survive. So like maybe some needs like your food, like rice, noodle, that you need in order to survive. But how about wants? Wants is like something that we would like to have, like our gummy bears, our chocolate bars, our ice cream. Let's say today you don't have your favorite ice cream. Do you think you still can continue to survive? I mean, you just have your rice, your noodles. But so just now the $50 will help you to understand, okay, I should put the need. I think just now earlier on, Ty was sharing about, okay, wanted to put the ice cream. But later we decide not. We put the important stuff like milk first because drink a lot of milk. And then later when we have extra, then we put in our wants. Last, okay. So for parents, right, we can let our kids understand that, okay, we always tell them, daddy, mommy has to go to work. Or why do we have to work? Why can't you spend time with me? So for younger kids, they will say that. So we can actually share with our kids, daddy, mommy go to work. And then after that, we earn money in order. We won't say that to meet needs and want, but so that we can have the money to buy food. As for older kids, we can share with them, okay, we have money because someone grow this vegetable, someone helps to take care of this animal so that we can have food to eat. In order to get that, we use money to get back. Just now earlier on we shared that it's like a transaction. Okay. Next one. Okay. This is something that children, I think, very familiar to y'all. What? Saving again. Okay. Who has a piggy bank here? So Naomi, Elijah, and Sarah. Anyone of you have a piggy bank here? Wow, I can see that. Okay, Elijah also have. Okay, Naomi also have. How about Sarah? No. Okay, no worries. Okay, so next one. Definitely, we need savings. Okay, that is the very first step that we need to take. And then, why do we need that? Because to build up discipline. It's just like anything that we have been teaching our kids. Why they should wake up, they should make their bed, they should brush their teeth, they should wash up. So savings is the same as building up their discipline in building their financial surplus, their resources next time as they grow up. So this is the very first start that we can teach our kids to have. Okay. Another thing is saving up for raining days. Okay, so children, what do you mean by raining days? Means that sometimes you may not have money on that day. Then the money that you has been saving up on other days, you can actually use it up to buy important things. So for parents, right, I think this year 2020 has been a very special year for us because as adults, right, we really understand what you mean by saving up for raining days. While a lot of our friends around us, they may lose their job, they may not have enough money to continue for their daily expenses. So saving up for raining days is really something very, very important for kids and also for us as adults.
Now to the
Okay,
SSG.
now SSG
What is that?
concept. Okay, you may have heard about this concept elsewhere, but not to worry. We're just going to share this again because I feel that this is a very good concept that I'm using for my own kids. And I feel that this is good for all of us, even as adults. So SSG, this is actually an acronym. So each alphabet stands for something. Okay, Philip? No. Okay, so create 3 jars. Just now we see from Naomi, or we heard from Elijah, or some of our friends, or even ourselves, we will have this saving piggy bank. I mean, we call it piggy bank. It can comes in all shapes, all size. So what I would suggest that over here, create 3 jars instead of 1 jar. The first jar will be saving, second jar will be spending, and then the third jar will be giving. Why do we need to separate out them? So I will break it down and share with you the reason why. So when we are being given our pocket money, for adult, maybe your salary, you divide the money equally among 3 jars. But this is just a general options that you can divide them equally, but you can divide them accordingly to how you would like it to be. Okay, next. So have a child, instead of this boring saving piggy bank or saving money jar, have them decorated. Okay, maybe I can share one simple example of my child's piggy bank. Okay, you can get something like this. It's a clear jar instead of something like this, which is opaque. Okay, I'm sure you can see on the screen. Okay, there. This is transparent.
Enlarge it a bit.
Okay.
Oh, there's a Yakult jar.
Yeah. Okay. The reason why I will share that it's good to have something that is being able to see through, a transparent jar. You can use it a glass jar, and you can have your kids to decorate it. Because when we can see it, our human eyes are very visual. We like things that we can see. We get attracted to pretty things, pretty food, or nice food. So the same things for piggy bank. As you can see that from this clear piggy bank, slowly when you build it up, you feel the sense of satisfaction for the child or for the adult. Okay, my money is growing. I'm putting effort. My effort are not wasted. It's like it's growing every day. My money is growing, and then I don't feel so demoralized. Okay, I always have to part some of my money to put into savings. So 3 jars. So back to the 3 jars: saving, spending, and giving. Because if we put it just in one particular piggy bank, is it for savings? Is it for spending? Is it for giving? Everything from one jar. So we have different jar. Savings, for that particular jar, you will not touch it. Means that it's purely for saving. I'm not going to touch it. I'm going to save it long term. Spending is like, maybe I want to buy a candy bar for myself, for children. I want to buy my favorite ice cream popsicle. I want to buy a present for my friends coming up birthday party, or a Christmas gift that's coming up. So this jar is for you to spend. And then the last jar will be giving. Giving, this helps to encourage your kids to be blessing other by maybe they want to bless someone who may be facing some difficult situation. They want to bless a charitable organization by giving a certain amount. So this also build up the kids in terms of their values by sharing with others what they have. So this concept of SSG means that you save up for yourself, then you also want to reward yourself by spending and then giving. And then parents, you can have your kids to participate in the activity by decorating your SSG jars. Okay, Philip. So the giving jar, it can be for more expensive item, but it can be, it varies different from different kids and different parents. Okay. So feel free to let me know later if you have any questions for this SSG concept. Okay. So with that, I have finished my sharing. So any questions and answer that parents you have, we can share it over here. So back to you, Philip. I can't hear.
Sorry, just realized I was muted. Yeah, thanks Shirley for the insightful sharing on especially this concept of SSG. I never really thought or heard about it before until I heard it from you. And I thought, yeah, that's a concrete way of helping, I think, young kids conceptualize this whole idea, right? Saving, spending, giving, and over time build up a certain habit in how we manage money, right? Yeah, and I wonder if any parents here, whether is it our panelists, or even children, you can also ask any questions related to what Auntie Shirley has shared. yeah. Or things you want to add on to what Shirley has shared.
Okay. Sorry. Do you mind if I ask a question?
Sure. Yes,
please
Sakura, go ahead.
Yeah. Yes. Actually, the SSG concept, I agree very much that it's really nice to see your physical savings, being able to touch the money, put it in, visualize the growth, because children, they relate the growth and all that in such ways, right? But my question is, what happened if right now, because everything is going digital, and for example, for my daughter, she doesn't have physical savings anymore. Last time we used to give her like physical money to go to school, but for her school it has all gone digital. She's using this POSB watch, and what she does is she goes to school, she tap it to buy food and even for bookshop, and it has been activated for a year. And in my understanding, it's probably going to spread to other schools as well, and very soon they are going to be on board. So I'm wondering, you were saying that children sees us handing physical money, and there is this satisfaction of seeing it grow. But what if because in this society the children doesn't actually see us using money? I don't even carry a lot of cash these days. We use our phone and we peep and we so how do you inculcate that sort of awareness for money if they cannot see the amount that we actually spend? And I mean, I've heard of children. I mean, even my daughter, when she was a bit younger, she's like, "Oh, you need money? Why don't you just go get it from the ATM?" So I think that could be a very common phenomenon. I'm not sure about the other parents, but yeah. So my question is, how do we equip them more on digital literacy, so to speak, financial literacy? Yes.
Okay. Thanks,
Thank
Sakura,
you.
for sharing. I totally feel you. I have my daughter saying, "Mommy, if you don't have money, go to the ATM and just tee, and the money will just come out and I can get it from you." She enjoys taking the cash out of the slot. Thanks for sharing, Sakura. I do understand the ongoing, I mean, as Singapore and the rest of the world, we're going into digitalization. Our kids are also going to be affected because we are living in a different generation. I mean, our kids are living in a different generation from our time. Our time is like, just now earlier on, I shared with the SSG concept where cash transaction is very common and we can actually see how our parents spend their money. And then back in return, right? We are also modeling after them. So what I will share that we have to go back to basic, which is why I started SSG concept. I mean, this is a concept I learned from someone, but I started on my kids, going back to the basic understanding the value of money. Because kids nowadays, they, earlier on I shared that their time and our time very different. Last time, our parents and even ourselves, we work very hard to earn our income. So our job is actually to make money and bring back home. So nowadays, right, kids have money ready for them. Like you can top up the digital account for the watch in for your child, like to go in to school and scan to make purchase. So from parents' savings from them to even parents leaving probably legacy for our children, we can see that this is very common. And our children, they can even become multi-as millionaires when parents pass on things like. So it's very natural that our kids will not understand the importance of savings as much as we do. So their mindset on money is different from us. So this SSG concept is to start them from basic. And then for Naomi, because she's older, maybe not so for Elijah and Sarah. So they can still continue with this very basic thing. When the kids, they observe us when we do our credit card, we do our payment gateway services, our pay now, or even those online apps where we make payment, we can bring it back to basic again, like showing them to understand the value of money, to guide them with a contribution mindset, right? Bring the technology back to paper and pen. Meaning that, like, you can show them, okay, like, this is what I do. It's personal experience. You can have your way. Okay, I share with my kid, this is how much I have in my account. So I make a payment. So you see the money become lesser. So instead of the physical coins, dollars, notes that I'm using, you see, I mean, for my older kids, they know basic math. So they look, this is maybe $100. Now left $50. I have spent. So the amount of money I have in my account is lesser. Or sometimes I use, for example, Grab Pay. Then the lady at the counter, she will key in how much I buy. Then I show my child. Okay, I mean, I try to have one or either one to show, look, mommy spent this amount of money, and then I scan. I mean, it's just one more step. And then for the digitization, the purchase in the school, you can make it an effort. Okay, mommy top up today for you this amount of money. Now you're going to spend for the week. Maybe at the end of the week, let's come and see how much you have inside. To let them go back to the basic to understand, though we are not seeing physical money, but the money is still going in and out. Yeah, I hope it helps.
Thank you, Shirley. If I can just add on to that, I was just brainstorming in my head. What's the possibility of, in a digital age, then maybe creating like 3 separate accounts, so to speak. Like, so instead of physical, right, because it's going digital, then having like 3 separate sort of like bank accounts to separate out that saving, spending, giving as a way. Would that be practical, or is there any other way to go about that if we are not doing a physical?
Philip, hi here. Just to add on to that concept, actually, that is the concept that I have read up that some working professionals, they are using, whereby the moment the monthly pay hits their account, I'm not sure how practical it is for younger children. I've not experienced it yet. I'm just saying theoretically it is something that's being applied by people nowadays, because of you used to receive checks way back in the days of cash. So now everything is digital, everything is wired. So the moment it hits the account, a certain portion is set aside for taxes, a certain portion is set aside for savings automatically.
Right.
The balance is what they see, that's what they spend.
Okay. Right. So a very disciplined, systematic way of allocation whenever your salary comes in and something like that.
Yeah, kind of a auto mode, so that you roughly know this is all I have left to spend.
Right. Cool.
Okay.
Thanks for adding on that, Thai.
Yeah, thanks Ty for adding on, and thanks Philip for bringing up. So because whatever I'm sharing over here is always whatever I have did it with my own kids, because I feel that nothing beats by I will do it myself first, rather then I will share with friends. So what I did for my older kids is like, it's not practical. I can't open 3 savings account for him. They are not at an age to be able to manage themselves.
so many.
Definitely as adult, we are the one helping them to guide them. Just like when they learn how to cross the road, slowly we will guide them first, and then later we let them do it themselves. So for my own kid, they have one piggy bank for a start, because firstly I'm trying to find all the same 3 piggy bank, but it's not practical. It's going to take out a lot of space, and then they have to make the effort to save into 3 piggy banks. What I did was like just a simple exercise book. I had them divide into 3 columns: saving, spending, and giving. So for the same piggy bank, I'll let them write down how much they are putting in for savings. Let's say for this $2, how much they are putting in for spending, how much they are putting in for giving. And then if they want to take out physically the money from the piggy bank, they have to do recording. It sounds tedious, but I mean, for kids, I feel that this is the start for them. Otherwise, other methods like going into apps, which I'm trying to reduce on the usage of technology devices at a young age, especially maybe for EJ or even for Sarah. Whereas for Naomi, maybe at the age she is able to handle apps. So this is one way I do for my kids, by splitting up into column, by making them record down at a certain timing so that they won't forget. Then I will do a regular check with them. Oh, okay, this is how much you have put in for savings. This is how much you have saved. Then gradually, as they build up the discipline, I will reduce on checking on the books. They will be able to handle when they grow older. So this is one way that I'm doing. As for adult, like what Ty has shared, similar concept has been around for adults. Like some friends or some adults, they feel that I'm someone, I see money, I will spend. Whether it's digitalized, whether it's physical money, I will spend. I'm guilty of that as well. So what they do is like setting their account, their savings account into automated. Means that every month money comes in, every month at this date, this time, certain amount auto, it will go to savings account, it will go to whichever I set for payment of bills and any other things for blessing, like for some charitable organization that you want to donate regularly. So for adults, we can do it that way. But for kids, still back to the basic, very basic recording purposes. Okay, back to you, Philip.
Thanks for adding on that, Shirley. We have a question from an online viewer. Let me just screen it. Related to the SSG. So here, James, he asked, what's the proportion should children allocate to SSG? Is there a certain guideline that you might suggest? How many percent perhaps, I guess?
For children, okay, I won't give a definite percentage allocation. Reason being, because the amount of their pocket money is very small, unlike adult, where we have a bigger portion. Let's say a 10% of a $2 is a big thing for a kid. A 10% of an adult salary, it may not be so much. I mean, he or she has extra to allocate. For children, I will let the parents to decide, to be honest. Back to myself, for example, my kids have $2 each daily. So for the savings part, they will have 50%, because that is something I force it on them. That's the allocation, 50 cents out of the $2, because judging from how much they need to spend on the spending, like a bowl of noodle, 80 cents to $1 for their school, and then how much they want to put into giving. So this is how I locate for my children, 50 cents out of $2 for savings, and then $1 for spending, another giving. They will decide whatever that's remaining, because I give them fresh fund every day. For their age, they are not able to manage. But maybe for secondary school kid, for our young adults, is another different way of doing the SSG. For adults, right? What I have learned previously from my experience as a financial consultant, we will have actually allocation for savings and investment. The healthy range, it's not a compulsory percentage. We will suggest that it will be 40% of your income, total income, whatever that you are earning or whatever other income that's coming, is a healthy range for adults. Because adult, like what Ty earlier shared, we have tax, we have our household expenses, we have personal expenses, we also have our mortgages, and it is a much more complicated concept. So in short, right, for children, parents will have to make the decision for them. So there's no hard and fast rule how much you should put aside. For adults, it also depends on personally, but healthy range for savings will be around 40% for what I have learned in my previous experience. Mhm.
Yeah. And I think it makes a lot of sense when you mention like depending on different parents and depending on certain seasons, right, where maybe there are certain situations that requires a lot more spending, maybe medical bills and all that for a particular season, and you have to readjust that accordingly again, right, based on circumstances. Right. Cool. Thank you, James, for your question. Yeah, and I wonder if there's anyone. Pauline, you have a question? I see you unmuted.
Yeah, I do. So in other words, you are recommending that we give a little more than what the child might need in school, because so far my practice has not been to do that. If they're below 9, I give them exactly what they need only. So it's on days when they don't use it, then they actually put it into your piggy banks. And for my P1 child, she doesn't have a piggy bank right now because we don't give her allowance yet. We're packing her lunch, recesses and all that kind of thing. So yeah, so my coming back to the question is more like, so you're recommending we give a little surplus so that they actually save. However, like it depends on the child, I think. I can trust maybe Sarah to put that surplus into savings. But I think for my son, it might be more, tempting for him if he has that surplus to go and buy snacks or something like that I absolutely do not allow them to do for now, you see. So it's like, maybe can you share with us how we make that, decision? Or because we really have to trust the child to then exercise that self-control. And they're 9 and less than 9.
Good question.
Thanks, Pauline. I like this question because I'm facing. I think same goes for you. For me, I have 3 kids. So different kids, they have different personality and character. So the first, like for example, you got one kid who is more disciplined. For the other kid, maybe more tempted to spend on snacks. In school they can get ice cream, they can get some snacks. So for just now what I've shared is I wouldn't say surplus. So every day I give a fixed amount. For example, every day I give $2 as a way of monitoring, because I don't feel that they are old enough to manage if I give them a week of allowance. So every day I give it, and then I let them, we come to an agreement. Okay, 50 cents is the agreement that we agree on the savings. So that's why every day they put 50 cents. So for my elder one, he is very disciplined. 50 cents, he'll make sure, okay, mommy, give me $2. The 50 cents, I definitely cannot spend it. I only have 150 to be exact. I only got 150 to spend. So he will spend within the $150. But my second one, she is the type that, I have extra, I will spend it on snack. And she will not even think about the 50 cents. She will spend all the way to the $2. That is why for her, I need to monitor every day to make her cultivate that spending habit. So another way I'm thinking is like for my number two, I realized the $2 it doesn't work for her. I give her 150. So mommy will put in every day 50 cents together with you. Let's say for the piggy bank, okay, we do the action every day 50 cents together. Then you only have 150 to spend. I think for our kids, we know them best. This kid, this work, that kid, it works. And also different parents, different family, they have different financial situation because there are some family who might be on the sole breadwinner. So one person, the whole family, he or she has to take care of the whole family. So for families like that, in terms of money, it's very tight. So saving is even more crucial for them for raining days. For parents who has a bit of slightly more to spare, then they can actually have this continuous extra, to continue to save. So it's not one size fit all. I will say again, different kid, different stroke, different family, different stroke. Yeah. Hope it helps, Pauline.
Thank you, Shirley, for answering this question. Yeah, a very relevant one. Are there more questions from a panel of parents or even on other online viewers? Tai, you have any questions or things you want to add on from your own other experiences?
I will know in about 3 months' time.
Oh, right. When Elijah goes to primary school. Right.
At the moment, we are just, whatever odd jobs will make him do some chores, make some. That's about it. And after a while, he kind of get bored, and it's like, it's easier to ask than in mommy than doing chores.
Oh, thanks for sharing the idea. I think that's a good idea to incorporate, right? And giving them tasks and where they can earn themselves reward or some money to have that concept lah, right? Of hard work and earning an income. Thank you. Anyone else? We could have just time for one last question.
Can I share an unpopular opinion though?
Sure.
I must say that I've never agreed with giving them money for daily household chores. Because the difference for me, is that daily household chores are your responsibility. You don't get money for that, just like adults don't. So for ourselves, we've never done that. If they want to earn extra money, it will be outside of
some
the
extra
daily scope
task.
of chores. Yeah. So I kind of see that there's value in teaching them. They have to work for the thing. But I'm going to share that I totally do not agree with the normal. But I think that's what books are kind of, suggesting nowadays. And I kind of, that's my own personal opinion. And I would just like to share it that we do have to consider also that, they won't get paid for everything. So certain responsibilities, you just do it because
part of being a
you have
family,
to.
right?
Yes.
Cool. Thanks for raising that up, right? I think, maybe sometimes as parents, and I think something that I need to be very mindful as I parent my kid from as young as she is, certain implications in how we approach things with them, right? And sometimes if we're not careful, we are not conscious of certain implications or maybe negative repercussions. And just being very intentional. And I guess that's why in this conversation we learn from Shirley about the simple SSG concept. Although it's some simple small steps, but there are small steps that have positive implication, right? And in cultivating certain value and habits that can help our children. Yeah. So thank you. I think that's good thoughts.
Thanks, Pauline, for sharing. I think for me, same here. again, different families, they have different values and different way of doing educating their kids. For me too, chores to my kids. This is a responsibility being part of the family. Everyone contributes. So this is how I share with them. So I think maybe for teenagers, it may work. Again, back to my own experience, what my parents did to me is when we are 16, at that time, we are able to go out to work for part-time. So my classmate, everyone was like, wow, we can earn our money, you can buy our, at that time, my time was Levi jeans. Okay. So, wow, hundreds per pair. Okay.
Wow.
Tell my age already. So what my parents did is they are also very careful. This school holiday, you go out, you do your part-time job. The amount of money that you earn, you decide for yourself. But portion of it, you buy your own books. So for my secondary school days, what I did was a portion of it was used to buy my own books, which I treasure it more. Because in my primary school days and earlier secondary school days, it's always being paid for by my parents. So later part towards my tertiary education, where portion of my pocket money earned for my part-time job, it is used to pay for my either school items or my pocket money for my tertiary education that period of time. Then finally, when I come out to work, when I'm being handled a bigger portion of money, which is my salary, I can manage it better. So I felt that this was very good, a very good value that has been taught by my parents. I mean, they are not at the era where about knowing, wow, financial planning, what it's all about. But this simple, very valuable thing that they have passed it to me. And I hope that, I mean, in terms of sharing here, parents who feel that this may work for their older kids, feel free to take it and try it out. Yeah.
Cool. Thanks, Shirley. Yeah. And I guess if there's no further question, before we end, Shirley have actually prepared something complimentary that might aid parents in that process of planning their finances for their family. Maybe I just get her to briefly mention that that simple financial, I think, analysis template thing that we're gonna offer to send to parents who are interested to have that. And then later on, I'll share my email where you can email me, and then I'll send it over to you. Yeah.
Once again, thanks, Philip, and all the parents over here today, and many friends or parents, kids joining us online. So I feel that being parents, right, you are doing a great job taking care of your kids in regards in all areas, and not to mention about today we learn about what is FQ, how we should share with our kids. So we hope that by having this good start, also not to forget our parents, we're thinking of sharing a simple financial analysis. It will be an Excel file that you can actually do it yourself during your free time. So what this financial analysis, you can do it within 15 minutes by just getting some simple data and fill it in to know exactly where you are or your family status, financial status. And then you can gauge how you would like to go forward in terms of reaching out to your own financial consultant or even planning within your family. So, feel free to get back to Philip, and he will send you the necessary, I think, the Excel file. Thanks, Philip.
Thank you, Shirley. Yeah. Thank you, Shirley, for that. Yep. So once again, my email is down there, philip@alivecommunity.net. And apart from the financial analysis, if any of you here, you've enjoyed this talk and the previous similar talk shows, then I want to encourage you, if you have suggestions of other topics that you think would be relevant and helpful to the general public, let me know. And we will attempt to plan for that in the coming year in 2021. And we hope to continue this online community and just very honest, heartfelt sharing and just learning from one another through conversations, right? Yeah, so if not, again, like what Shirley mentioned, thank you again to our panel of parents, Sakura, Naomi, Ty, Elijah, Pauline and Sarah and Shirley herself for taking time prepare all that slides and activities for us today to have this conversation. Thank you, everyone. And if you like to, you can wave and say goodbye to our online viewers who are viewing live now, and also those who might be tuning in after today. Right. Thank you, all of you. Well, keep you updated of our upcoming other talk shows. Right. Have a good weekend.
Okay.
And enjoy the holidays. Yes, Shirley.
Before we go?
Yes. Yeah, we can. Yeah. Let's
Okay. Thank you all, everyone.
Okay, goodbye, everyone. We're ending the broadcast. 3, 2.